Hey guys, sorry for the lack of videos recently, but I've been taking a break from Pokemon in recent weeks, just to spend time with family, Christmas break. I don't know. Sometimes you guys gotta take a little break. But here's a battle that I couldn't put off for much longer. It is the finals of the with the mixed tournament on the PokeLadder. I'll leave a link to PokeLadder in the description, and it's against JoltsBolt. Somehow it just kind of worked out that way that we were the finalists, although we kind of hoped that we would be when we saw we were on the opposite side of the brackets. So here it is, the finals of the mixed tournament for the PokeLadder. So hope you guys enjoy it, and here you go. Alright guys, so like I said, here is the mixed championship against JoltsBolt from the PokeLadder. And I'll just remind you once again on the rules. You can't have any more than 2 OU, and you must have at least 1 NU and UU. So I do with Salamence just to go offensive right off the bat against her Uxie. So I just go for the Draco Meteor because I'm pretty sure Draco Meteor is a 2-hit KO, and looking by how much the first one did, it does seem that way. So she sets up the Stealth Rocks, and I'm going to go for the second Draco Meteor, and I miss, which sucks, because then she set up the Light Screen. So I have to kind of go with the Outrage if I want to kill her before she switches. So I decided just to do that, which really sucks for me because now I can't switch, and she's just going to go into a Suicune who's going to revenge kill me. Although I do get some pretty nice Outrage damage off on the Suicune before she ends up killing me, so that's not so bad, I suppose. But she does end up getting the KO with Suicune, which is annoying. So I decided to go out into my cute little Politoed because my cute little Politoed is like a perfect Suicune counter because just the way it is. I think just by watching her videos that this is probably her Roar Suicune, so it probably doesn't have Rest, which is nice. So I decided to go for the Hypnosis because I thought she'd switch, and she does. She goes out into Happy, her Regice, and I'm just going to go out into Registeel because I think this is a good time to set up my own Stealth Rocks, and she's asleep, and unfortunately she does get wake the first turn that she can wake up because, you know, the first turn of sleep is guaranteed, and she goes for the T-Wave, which I really didn't think hurt my Registeel too much until just now. Because I get the Parahax, and I was trying to set up the Parahax the Paralyze on her Regice, so I could, hit her with Iron Head after that, because I think my Registeel is slightly faster than her Regice. But I get 2 Parahaxes in a row, and I'm like, screw it, this isn't worth it. I'm just going to go out into Gallade and then just close combat. And yeah, she just goes to the Seismic Toss on Gallade, which does some decent damage, and I'm just going to go for the close combat. She says she didn't have anything to take the close combat, so she decides just to keep Regice in and die. So Regice goes down, and that's kind of nice for me. So that's pretty cool. So she goes out into Rampardos, and this is a Scarf Rampardos, and I kind of knew it was, so I decided to switch, and I go out into Registeel pretty much as Death Fodder, predicting an Earthquake. But instead, she goes Zen Headbutt, which is really good for me. I don't know quite why she went for it, but she did, and Registeel resists it and doesn't take much at all. So she goes out into Suicune, and I get Parahax again. So my Registeel is 3 for 3 on Parahaxes. Way to go, Registeel. So yeah, I decided to go back into Politoed now, basically because my Politoed's kind of like a, awesome counter, and I thought she'd predict the Hypnosis again this time and probably keep Suicune in, so I decided just to go for the Toxic. Hopefully I can get the Toxic off on the Suicune so it won't be too much of a problem for me. So I go for the Toxic, and I do end up getting it on the Suicune, which is awesome because now the Suicune isn't too much of a problem. It doesn't have Rest. This is a Roarcoon with like Surf, Ice Beam, and I'm guessing Calm Mind. So it's just going to roar me out, and it roars me into Mismagius. I was kind of hoping Mismagius would be a surprise, but oh well. And I'm just going to go back into Politoed, just in case she goes for the Surf. I really can't set up on Suicune because it has Roar, so I decided just go back into Politoed and hope to wall it out until it gets Toxic stalled to death. And she's just going to go for the Surf, which doesn't do anything to Politoed. This is one of those situations I guess I would kind of like to have Water Absorb Politoed, but as you can see, Surf is really doing nothing to me anyway, so it's kind of like a moot point. I mean, she would just go Ice Beam for same damage, and might even get a freeze. Knowing my luck, I mean, she might just freeze me. But yeah, most of you know that my Politoed is actually a damp Politoed to counter Heatran better, and other explodey Pokemon. But in any event, she goes for the one last Surf, and now she's going to die this turn thanks to the Toxic and my Politoed's weak little Surfs that it's throwing at Suicune. But now she goes into something I really wish I didn't see. A Jolteon. I really wish I didn't see Jolteon, because my team has a major weakness to electric. But I guess I should have expected it, her being JoltsBolt and all, but oh well. So, yeah, my Politoed goes down. I go out into Scizor. Basically, because this is a Choice Band Scissor and it also has 252 HP, and I'm pretty sure I can take at least one Specs Thunderbolt, and I do, which is amazing, and I thought I was going to be like, yes, that's so cool, until that happened. I get a Parahacks. Luckily, I do hit through the Parahacks and kill the Jolteon, but now she's going to go out into Galad, and, you know, I just wanted to get damage, so I went for another Bullet Punch. This is a Choice Band Scizor, and I get Parahaxed. Yay. To make matters worse, I go into Registeel, and I'm just going to go for the Iron Head to get damage, and she goes into Rampardos, which is great, because I probably kill the Rampardos with Iron Head, but I get Parahaxed. So, overall, I think I'm, 5 or 6 on Parahaxes? Not to mention that the Parahax on Scizor, was off a Thunderbolt, not a T-Wave. And now she has a Scar for Rampardos, and it's just going to destroy my team. And it hits Miss Mages because of Mold Breaker, by the way. So it kind of sucks that I kind of lost to Hax, but it was still a fun match. Hax is part of the game. I mean, if either one of those last two Parahaxes hadn't happened, I probably would have came away with the win, but even on a tournament, it was a lot of fun. So, great game, JoltsBolt. I'll leave the link to her channel, because she's awesome, in the video description, and I will also leave a link to the PokeLadder. So, rate, comment, subscribe. JoltsBolt is the mixed tournament champion. So, see you guys later. Bye. Alright, so we're nearing New Year's. So today's question of the day will be simply, what's going to be your New Year's resolution if you're going to have one? If not, then make up one. As for me, I think my New Year's resolution is because I just want to appreciate the smaller things in life a little more, and I think I'm going to work on that. But leave a comment about a New Year's resolution that you are going to make, if you are going to make one. And once again, rate, comment, subscribe, and see you guys next time. Bye.